Welcome to Tash Talks Soul. Hi and welcome back. Today I want to talk about forgiveness, specifically a forgiveness meditation or prayer. Ho'oponopono is a forgiveness practice. It's a Hawaiian practice and it is so powerful. The first time I tried a variation of this was about my money mindset of all things. I had just started reading an author called Denise Duffield Thomas. She is very interesting to read, very light and easy to read. I really resonated with her work. I thought it was like talking with a friend. And something that she talked about was almost like a forgiveness journey of looking back through your life and identifying any beliefs or emotional situations that had happened for you regarding money. And so to do this, I lay down, I got comfy, and I thought back to my earliest memories. And I started combing through my life from being a child to now, present moment, and picking out any memories as they came up chronologically to do with money. What had happened in my life? Anything regarding finances, abundance, scarcity, the physical money itself, any conversations that were being had about money, any beliefs that were passed down or, commonplace in my family. And I would pick it up almost like a diamond, holding it up to the light, turning it around, looking at it from every angle, and really leaning into it, any emotion that came up, any thoughts, beliefs, and how it's impacted me. And then I would apply the following. And, this is the Ho'oponopono prayer. So first, I would say, I'm sorry at the situation. So if a situation happened, whether it was finances or later, after the financial journey, I thought, wow, this was so successful. I wonder what else I can apply it to. And I started going through my life, starting from my earliest memories and then combing forward any emotionally charged situations that happened that left me feeling some kind of way, not feeling good enough, not feeling loved, feeling shamed, feeling embarrassed, guilty, anything unpleasant, I would pick up like a diamond in the light and I'd look at it from every angle, lean into it and really feel the emotion, really go back and relive it. And this took a few goes, both for the financial journey and then for the emotional one. It took a while. Any sort of betrayals I thought I've had experienced and difficult, unfair situations. That's a big trigger for me, is unfairness. When things just feel not fair, that is guaranteed to get my goat up, and less so the more therapy I do. But if I look back over my childhood, the situations where I thought I was treated unfairly, they're the ones that probably had a big impact on me and that have stuck with me. And so I would look at it, lean into it, really feel the emotion of the situation, really look at the characters in that situation. Who was there? How did they behave? How did that make me feel? How did I make them feel? How did it all play out? And really placing myself back into that situation. Obviously, disclaimer, if you've had something awfully traumatic happen to you, you could look at doing this with the help of a professional to support you through it. Or you might want to look at alternative ways of doing this, or maybe don't do it at all. I'm not a professional. I don't know. I can't tell you what's best for you, and I certainly do not want anybody to re-traumatize themselves. So only do this if you feel comfortable and happy that you can handle it within the parameters of what I'm explaining. So I would look at situations and lean back into them and almost place myself back in them. And then I would apply this Ho'oponopono prayer. So I just mentioned before, the first step is I'm sorry. I'm sorry to the people that were there. I'm sorry to myself for putting myself in that situation, or for not being gentle or loving to myself, or for treating myself unfairly, or for speaking harshly to somebody else, I'm sorry. And you can be sorry for, I'm sorry for carrying this with me for so long. You know, forgiveness isn't about condoning what somebody else has done. It's not about them. It's about you being able to release a weight that's weighing you down, to become, like in episode 1, we talked about being a clear channel, you know, trying to clear out all of the debris. And that's healthy. So it's about you. And so forgive yourself for carrying, you know, a grudge really against yourself, against the situation, against other people, and allowing that to damage you and re-injure you and affect your quality of life in your adult life and in your life past that emotional event that happened. I'm sorry, you know, apologize to everything, to the whole thing, and really stick with it. And whatever comes up, apologize for it, feel it. If you have to curl up in a fetal position to do this, do it. If you start crying and your chest hurts and you get a headache and you feel a lump in your throat and you're in tears, do it. That's perfect. That sort of physiological response actually means that you're processing things, you're shifting energy, and that's amazing. That's what you want. If you start to feel that movement in your body and that makes you nervous and you shut it down and distract yourself and numb yourself as quickly as you can, you're going to accumulate a lot of dead weight energetically. And that's just not cool, because that will then flow into other areas of your life and have negative effects. Be a clear channel, process things. If you can't process them as they come up, not everybody can. I certainly can't. Sometimes I need to sit with something and realize that it's even affected me. So process it when it feels right to process it, but processed it must be. So sit with it, lean into it, and just apologize for the whole thing. Now, step 2 is forgiveness. I forgive you. Forgive yourself for carrying it around all these years. Forgive the people in that situation. If it was somebody else that hurt you, say, I see you. I see that you were doing your best with the tools that you had. You didn't wake up in the morning and think, gee, how can I ruin everyone's day around me? How can I traumatize the people around me? How can I just be, you know, the devil incarnate? Most people don't wake up thinking that. Most people wake up wanting to do a good job. They want to be seen, validated, loved, and they want to bring value to other people's lives. I think most of us are wired that way. And so when people disappoint us and drop the ball, it's not because they want to. So see that, acknowledge that within your own heart, within your own energy. Say, I see you. You're just doing the best that you could with the tools that you had, with the situations that you were going through, whether that's your parents, your friends, partners, ex-partners, whoever hurt you. Look at that and don't take it so personal. See it for what it is. See people's good intentions, see people's good hearts, and sometimes people are hurting and they don't make good choices, and see that and forgive it. Forgive yourself. Forgive yourself for not loving yourself enough to continue to tolerate certain things. Forgive yourself for putting yourself in situations that maybe weren't very healthy for you. Forgive yourself for not handling situations very well and dropping the ball and knowing that you really hurt somebody. Forgive yourself. Just forgive it. Forgive the whole situation. Even forgive the situation for happening. The next thing, say, now the order can differ, but for the purposes of this, we'll say the next one is thank you. Thank you. Thank yourself. Thank you for being here for me. Thank you for always having my back. Thank you for supporting me. Say thank you to the people in that situation. If somebody hurt you, thank you for the character development. Thank you for the opportunity to self-reflect. Thank you for all the lessons that you taught me. Thank you, because without that experience, I would not be who I am now. Say thank you to the situations, the people, to yourself. Whatever comes up for you, lean into it. Again, if it makes your body feel uncomfortable, if you're crying, you're upset, it's hurting, lean into it, allow it to wash through you. I often like to think of myself, I'm a very visual person, so this might not resonate for you, but if you too are a visual person, maybe it will. I picture myself in a swimming pool, And when I'm struggling with the situation, the visual I have of myself is I'm on the edge of the pool and I'm clinging on with a white knuckle grip and I'm resisting it. I'm resisting the flow. I'm resisting it out of fear. And I'm not coping. I'm not in alignment. I'm not in flow. I'm resisting. And resistance is a blockage. Whenever you resist something, you're blocking it. And sorry, I don't mean when you resist, say, a negative consequence, you're blocking the negative consequence. I mean, when you energetically put up I'm not open to other options, it has to go this way, it's a desire for control rooted in fear, you block the flow of abundance and love and solutions into your life because you are creating a cage for the energy. You're creating a big wall. The water can't flow through the wall. It has to find other ways to go around, and you're just delaying the whole process. So just surrender. And the visual, back to this metaphor, is I see myself releasing my white knuckle grip on the swimming pool edge and then pushing off back into the pool, my arms and legs out, and just sinking into the water. But in this visual, I'm not drowning. I can breathe underwater. It's not, a literal swimming pool. It's just the swimming pool, and the water is life. It's the life experiences. It's the situations, and just letting them wash over me and take me wherever it's trying to take me, and just surrender. And when I surrender, things actually really usually go my way. So funny that, isn't it? But say thank you to the situations, and just push off and surrender, and just have gratitude in your heart for everything that's happened. And it might feel counterintuitive, and it might feel really heavy to do, really difficult to do. I know that I couldn't comb through my whole life and look at all of these experiences in one go. Some days I could only handle one situation. It would drain me so much and be so emotionally challenging that I just could not possibly handle doing any more than one. But every situation that comes up for you that you look at, you introspect, reflect, heal, that's one less thing that's clouding you and making you a mess of a person. The more you can love yourself, accept yourself, and forgive everything that's happened to you, and it's not forgiving other people and saying, it's okay that you hurt me, I tolerate it. Sometimes forgiveness doesn't mean a free pass to even have access to you or be in your life. You can forgive somebody completely and still say, you know what, boundaries, I don't want you in my life, and you don't deserve a place here. So I'm never saying that forgiveness is a free pass to just tolerate everything from people who are determined to take advantage of you and hurt you. That's not what I'm saying at all. But have gratitude for your experiences and surrender. And then the final step is I love you. I love you to the situation. I love you to yourself, to the people in that. Just gratitude and love. And it's very powerful when I did this, the feeling of lightness I feel when I go through this process and then I say I love you to the person that really hurt me. It feels so freeing and it feels so good. And, some situations can be very minor on the emotional trauma scale, and it's really easy to do that. And some situations might be really difficult, and you might feel that you can never get to a place where you can turn around and say, I love you to them, or thank you, or I'm sorry, or I forgive you. That maybe somebody's hurt you so bad that you just don't think you ever can. But I do believe that trying to accept and take your power back, when you hold on to pain that other people have caused you, and you allow it to impact your day, and you allow it to impact how you show up in your life and in your relationships and in the opportunities you allow yourself to receive, and you're cutting yourself off to the flow of life, you're giving your power to somebody else. They hurt you in the past, and they're continuing to hurt you ongoing into your present and your future. I mean, who do they think they are? I don't think so. Take the power back. They don't get to do that to you. So you can see what they did in the past, but take your power back in the present, and certainly take your power back for the future. You deserve that, and you owe it to yourself. So move forward and know that your enjoyment of your life and your healing and your health, mental health, spiritual health, energetic health, physical health, that is your responsibility. There are no knights in shining armor on white steeds. There might be for some, but really it's you. That knight in shining armor is you. No one's coming to save you. Everyone's too busy drowning and trying to save themselves. You've got to take ownership, responsibility, and power back for yourself. And don't give your power back don't allow people who have hurt you to keep their power and control over you in your past, your present, and your future. They don't deserve that. You don't deserve that. You deserve to be in charge of yourself, of your own destiny. And so that's why this forgiveness work is so important, so that you can let it go, you can be light, and you can shine, and you can be your best self and fulfill your soul mission and heal and just blossom and thrive. And that people in our past that thought they could hurt us, they don't get to keep doing that. And that's the importance of this forgiveness work. So see what you think of that. It might be, you can start with minor situations that irk you, that trigger you, that you could work through that. I'll record another episode on reframing beliefs. Or you could go through and comb through your life from your earliest memories up until now, and it may well take you years to do that. But every little bit is so valuable. So see what you think. Let me know what you reckon. I found this work to be super helpful for me, but I understand that, some of us have had awful traumatizing experiences, and it may not be possible in its entirety, and it may not be possible without the help of a professional, or it may not be possible right now, but it may be something that you might want to look at further down the road. But I think it's valuable to keep it in mind that you can't run from your past. It's still lodged in your body, and that slowly you owe it to yourself to gently pick it up, look at it, and give it light and love and healing, and give yourself the best chance of the happiest future that you could possibly have. Hope you have a wonderful day. Bye.